yeah, it's time for another action figure review related to Halloween. This is the Mezco 1/12 Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn Ash action figure. There's a lot of ways I could have messed that up, but I didn't. Anyways, taking a look at the box, it has some beautiful little artwork with the simple phrase, Dead by Dawn, Evil Dead 2. That's it. So, take a look at the side, more of the same, just a look at the woods, kind of looking hazy and foggy. And then we look at the back. We see the Ash action figure. We see all the accessories, Necronomicon, some Deadite body parts, some interchangeable heads. And then we see some of the posing you can do. Pretty damn cool. I love Evil Dead. I love Army of Darkness. So okay, let's take the figure out and see how it looks. Now that is a damn fine Evil Dead action figure. Yeah, I love it. Look at him. All the detail, all the little rips on his shirt, little scratches on his tummy, some blood, a few scars going down his lip, his chin, his cheek, his side of his head. It just looks beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, let's see. What else can we go ahead and tell? Let's go ahead and get a closer look at his face. Does that look like Bruce Campbell? Yeah, I think it does a pretty good job taking up the likeness of Bruce Campbell. Very much so. Let's get a closer look at some more detail on his belt. So we can see there, ripped shirt. See his boots right here, laces and whatnot. So yeah, looks pretty damn solid to me. You got some holes on the bottom for the display base, which I'm using right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories. Let's start with the heads. Now you get 3 of them, one of them which is not interchangeable with the Ash action figure, and that being the Deadite severed head. I think this is of the old lady in the cellar? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And it does not want to focus to show all that great... Oh, there it is. Great detail. But there it is. Oof. Looking very, very vicious and brutal. Let's look at the bottom there. Yeah. Pretty good. Now let's go ahead and look at Ash's heads. You get one Deadite version Ash, and you get one all bloody and fucked up Ash. Looking very, very scared and ready for whatever's coming next. Very cool. Look at the detail on Deadite Ash. Ooh, there it goes. Focused in. Very nice. And then battle damaged, I guess you could say, Ash. Yep, not bad. You also get some hands, and just like the heads, you have one that's not interchangeable. It is the Deadite version of Ash's right hand. Focus. Yes, there it goes. And if you've seen the movie, you know that his hand is still alive even after he chops it off and gives him the finger for doing so. Some good art, some good detail there. You can see some of the bone, some of the blood all dried up. And then you get 2 interchangeable hands for his left hand. You have a trigger finger holding hand. Not a lot to say there, but pretty flexible. And then you get another just open palm. I think this might be for like holding the chainsaw handle, or maybe holding the Necronomicon. But yep, you got 2 for the left hand. Now we come to the weapons, and starting things off, we have, of course, the iconic chainsaw. Now this is pretty much a hand, but I'm just going to include it with the weapons. The detail on this thing is pretty damn cool. The blood actually still looks wet. There's like a gloss to it on the chain. The detail on the actual chainsaw doesn't look too bad. Looks like it's dirty and whatnot. And again, this is pretty much a hand. You just basically attach it onto the nub of Ash's right arm, just like you would, like if it was another hand attachment. We'll show that off later. Anyways, we go to the shotgun, the sawed-off double barrel. Can't focus. Can we focus on that? There we go. Looking rustic, looking a little used. Not bad there. And then finally we come to the Book of the Dead itself, the Necronomicon. You know, it looks a little too glossy, it looks a little too perfect, and yeah, it doesn't look bad though. It's meant to just be a book for him to hold, not really open up and start reading, although that would have been very cool. I have the advantage of Ash being somewhat naked for articulation, so we're only going to show off the left side for right now. You can lift the arm about that high before it just stops right there. You have to lower it a little bit if you want to rotate the at the shoulder, the whole arm, full 360. I used to think there was a double bend in the elbow, but there isn't. So now that we see that, you only get one. It's kind of stiff there. I feel like it's going to break a little too easily, but you can rotate all around at the elbow, setting it back in place. You can fully rotate the hand. You can go ahead and pop the hand off. It is a simple peg system, so when you do those switches, you know, simple, easy peasy, taking them off. These are more rubbery than anything else. Checking out the midsection, you can see that there's articulation, but it's not meant to, you know, for him to lean forward or lean back. It's more meant for him to, you know, move side to side and whatnot. And I don't want to do that too much because I feel like I'm tearing apart the shirt even more. Moving on to the legs, you can kick up about that high before the pants get in the way, and you can bend at the knee. There still is a double joint there. I can feel that. And then when you move to the ankle, you do have some ankle pivot there for the boot. You can bend, tongue-tied, you can bend the toes down a little bit and have them point up as well. And so that's pretty much it, aside from having full 360 rotation at the neck. So yeah, there we go. Switching out the right hand for chainsaw hand, all you got to do is pull that sucker off, lift up the sleeve a little bit, just slightly, not a whole lot, and then go ahead and pop that chainsaw hand on. You want to be careful though. You don't want to break something off while you're putting it on there. But there you go. You got now, there you go, bend his elbow. Ash with his chainsaw. The blade seems like it's bent a little bit, but that's okay. But he looks like a badass. Let's pop off his head. Really simple. Let's go ahead and put the battle damage head. You're not going to hear a pop. Wow, yeah, no pop there to signal that the head's on there, but it is. And yeah, he looks like hell. Man, he looks like he's going to fuck some shit up. I'm just going to go ahead and put his shotgun away before we go into final thoughts. Boop, there we go. And then let's go ahead and put his grasping hand on so we can have him hold that Necronomicon. That's it. That's all she wrote. Now, let's go down the list of all the things great about this figure. It comes with a number of different accessories, more so than you would think. You do get a display stand. You do get an attachment for display posing bar or whatever they call it. You don't really need it. I feel like you know, just the peg and the stand is good enough. It's a pretty tight fit. It's not like you're going to be fussing with this guy too much. But you do get a good assortment of appropriate accessories. The interchangeable heads, the hands, and then of course the weapons, and then of course a Necronomicon. So this guy is pretty cool. On top of that, the articulation is pretty standard. There's nothing out of the ordinary for it, but it is nice to have that just what feels like a little bit extra, especially for the ankles and whatnot, because then you can do those action poses of him like frantically fighting off deadites or zombies or whatever the hell it is. On top of that, the sculpting on all these accessories, including Ash himself, is just amazing. I love it. It looks really, really good, very much high picture quality, and Mezco knocks it out of the park with this figure. Now, I got this sometime towards the middle of the year. I can't remember when exactly, but I waited quite a while for it, almost as long as I waited for my Dawn of the Dead figures. But I would say it's very much worth it. If you're a horror fan, this guy is very cool. Mezco does a lot of horror figures, but not that many, not as many as like, you know, Marvel and DC figures that they do. But this is definitely a nice addition to that collection if you're looking to do that. The only negative things I can say about this guy is that there seems to be like something going on with his right leg, like it's longer than the left. I don't know. It's maybe it's just me having to push his leg up into his torso a little bit, but I don't know. I can't seem to get it in there. But that's okay. You know, I don't plan on really displaying him all that much. But that's the only negative I can really see. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. This guy was cool. I loved him a lot. You know what? If you guys care, let me see real quick before I say goodbye. This guy is close to 6.5 inches. So yeah, he's a pretty good sized figure. So definitely recommend getting him. Thank you for watching. Have a happy Halloween. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye.